Here came John Cena. And he did the, whole entrance and everything. And besides the fact, I like John. John was great to us here. John's drawn a ton of money. John's the Iron Man. I think he's getting a little old to dress like that in all those neon fluorescent colors. But he's a star, and he can talk, and he has personality. And he has a gravitas about his nature enough that he could kind of carry this off, where if he's sitting in an empty building being interviewed on national television, when he's talking, at least you're halfway listening, right? This is somebody important. And then Bray Wyatt comes out, and instantly, and he's on, and he doesn't just walk out and then suddenly come on. When he gets in the ring, he's on to begin with. And this guy has fucking oomph, and he can talk, and he's got personality, and he's got emotion, and he's got the Blackjack Mulligan promo genes. He's created, like Blackjack Mulligan, created the cast of characters down in Eagle Pass, Texas. He's created this fucking funhouse and the voices in his head. And yes, the voices in my head was stupid too when you think about it. But a guy like this with that fucking goofy laugh and that fucking grin and just the way he looks and the way he talks, it's one of those things where a guy like that, you can carry some of this shit off that would look really stupid if anybody else was doing it. We've talked about that so much on the program here over the past several months doing these reviews. Sometimes if a guy's a big enough star, you get away with doing some goofy shit, but anybody else, it would be death. This guy can get away with doing this. It was a good talking segment. It wasn't as good if there'd been probably people there, but I can think of in studio wrestling, years ago, Bray Wyatt could have said this shit and it would have got over in front of a few people, or a pre-tape or a, locker room segment or whatever. So as far as verbally, Bray was a welcome kicker at the end, but this was a long time to spend 2 fucking hours. You've been telling me how great Bray Wyatt was all this time, and I just thought it was just you because you're all usually wrong about everything.
I don't know how great he is in the ring. I haven't been a big fan of a lot of his matches, and
I was talking about the promos, but regardless,
his promos they stand out for a reason. He actually seems, as silly as his stuff can be at times, or as ridiculous, it seems like he believes it. And that's really the big key there. And I told you that quote from Sasha Banks from that FCW documentary. We don't know what he was saying, but he pulled us in.
Well, that's with every great. I mean, they talk about guys who are great promos. Handsome Jimmy in Memphis. You could write down word for word what he said, and there was not only no punctuation, but it didn't make a lick of sense. But when he said it, Monday night, there'd be 11,000 people there because it sounded so good. Somehow it sounded like something he'd say, or Terry Funk or Piper or anybody. A lot of times it wasn't what they said. It was how they said it and whether the people believed they meant it or not, or just that they meant themselves or not. And this guy means himself.